today's development.
Mr. Chakravarti, two questions. This non-tariff barriers is being talked about, because it will bring down delays and compliance. And of course, the fact that, the deal is finally done, So what about the non-tariff barriers and the fact that the government is very clear that interests have been shielded? Do you think that those are positives?
See, as far as the non-tariff barriers are concerned, specifically around quality control orders in the textile sector, I think the finance minister announced it in the budget. The chief economic advisor had it in his economic survey, and that's a good thing. The abolition, because I've held that the imposition of non-tariff barriers was wrong in the first place. So now if they have learned from that and then removed it, it's a good thing. We keep going back to protection of farmers, and this is in the India's interest. I would like to believe that. I want to believe that. I want to believe that this is good for us, good for the country. Where are the details?
Okay. Where are the details, sir? The details came out only today because till yesterday it seemed like a tale of tweets, right? Because there were many tweets. But finally we do have a paper now. Why did we not get the details? Because the parliament wasn't running?
No, I think a lot of finer details have to be worked out. It's a question of you have a strong negotiation. You don't really sign on a deal prepared by somebody else. Every point has to be agreed upon. What we have is a framework, and this is certainly a final agreement is on the cards. Actually, Piyush Goyal ji wanted to make a statement on this in Lok Sabha. And you know how the parliament was not functioning. There was a stalemate over the last 5 days. Certainly. So therefore, a press conference had to be held. Opposition could make an issue out of it. Why a statement has been not made on the floor of House? I hope at least sense will prevail. Opposition will allow the House to run on Monday when it convenes for the next week. And certainly there can be a statement from the minister. We will have a budget discussion next week. Union budget discussion. We've just concluded the motion of thanks to the President address. So in that budget discussion, I think the opposition members, if they are wise, they will have all the occasion to really
they're saying that
comment.
If you let the LOP speak, then the parliament will function and, the minister can speak about it.
No, LOP was repeatedly urged to speak. I think he was hell-bent on only creating chaos. I think he was not so much interested in giving a speech. The entire opposition lost an opportunity. One, it's quite unfortunate that the Honorable President's address, I think opposition did not speak on this, did not thank the President, which is customary, which is a parliamentary convention. And on the other, they have not used the opportunity to put their points across. The entire debate cannot veer around one point. Rahul Gandhi wanted to just press one point. He had made that point. He could have used the opportunity. He could have used the time. The opposition could have used the time to discuss on a plethora of issues. It's very unfortunate. I think we have I would say, a bad opposition that is hell-bent on taking its graph further down and down after each session. They don't seem to learn. I will not say we are happy about it. We are sad about the death of parliamentary democracy, but we are happy about the non-functioning opposition.
Mr. Chakravarti, the Prime Minister spoke for 97 minutes. That was also with disruptions. And BJP feels that it is because of the opposition that the details of the trade deal could not come out, specifically in the floor of the House.
The last time I checked, India won independence in 1947, which meant we have the freedom. And we presumably have a freedom of speech in this country. The leader of the opposition wanted to quote a written text by the former army chief. What in this country prevents that? What in this country prevents anybody, let alone the leader of the opposition, to quote what was factually written by no one less than the former army chief? I think all of us agree we need that freedom of speech, don't we? Why was it prevented? What is the fear? What are they running away from? What has he said? So are we trying to say that an entire deal with America, which is one of our largest trade partners, and the details of that deal, which is important for the youth of this country, for the future of this country, could not be discussed because the BJP had a problem with 2 lines with what the former army chief wrote? This is laughable.
Okay. Mr. Rao.
I think when we talk about freedom of speech, we also need to understand how Parliament functions. Parliament functions according to conventions. Parliament functions according to rules it has framed for itself. And when you are speaking on a debate with you, I cannot talk about something which is not relevant to this topic. You will not allow me to speak if I start talking about something that has
Mr.
happened.
Ravi, that's an important point.
So
it's also about being sometimes politically intuitive, right? When the country wants to talk about something, why is the leader of opposition talking about something else?
You are not a judge of that. That's what I said. I think all of you are mistaking freedom of speech. This was about the nation's security. This was a parliament. This was in response to the president's address. And this was by no one less than the leader of the opposition. And all he wanted to do was quote 2 lines.
Okay.
Facts of what was. So I still don't understand what the issue is. So what are they running away from, right? But I know this is not the forum
that's
to
a
continue to
convention.
discuss.
You see, freedom of speech does not mean that I stand up and talk on a subject that I like before the speaker. He will expunge my remarks. If I have been a member of parliament, if I'm speaking on a topic, I have to stick to it. Otherwise, there are warnings from the chair. And if you continue saying it, you could actually be forced to stop your conversation, your speech. Your views can be completely expunged. Freedom of speech does not mean I will do whatever I feel like.
Okay, we're just hoping that from Monday we could possibly have a discussion on that. But Mr. Rao,